Warning: do not get mixed up with the Mexican independence with Mexican Revolution.
What would have been the goal for the Latin Americans to start the revolution, or what is now called the Mexican independence? It was for the native Mexicans to gain rights from what was controlling over them, Spain.
The sparks of the independence started with a priest from a small village of Dolores named Miguel Hidalgo. He is also known as the father of the Mexican Revolution. Even though Hidalgo was a Creole priest, he created discussion groups where they can discuss about the economical, political, and other issues going around in Latin America. The peasants were able to discuss about their complaints of Spain's dominance, and this led to a revolution that happened in September 16, 1810. On the 16th of September, Hidalgo rang the church bell and gathered all the people around the village. The peasants followed Hidalgo's ideas such as the opposition against the Spanish government. When the crowd gathered, they shouted out,
"Long live Our Lady of Guadalupe! Death to bad government! Death to the Gachupins!"
This was known as the Grito de Dolores, also known as the Cry of Dolores. After this claim, they marched towards Mexico City. They were able to continue with their victories against the Spanish army and Creoles. However, their fortune did not follow when they were ambushed in Monclova. Hidalgo and the followers were captured, and Hidalgo was found guilty for heresy, in which he did not follow the means of a priest. Without his actions towards the rebellion, there would have been no start of the independence.
After the death of Hidalgo, the power of the independence went to a man named Jose Maria Morelos Pavon. Despite his birth into poverty, he began to study priesthood in the age of 25. The main people he was associated with were the poor Indians and mestizos. Then, around 1811, he joined Miguel Hidalgo. After Hidalgo's death, Morelos took control of the peasant army. In June 1813, Morelos assembled the radical icons, or the representatives, of most provinces in Mexico. They met in Chilpancingo to discuss on Mexico's path, accompanied with independence. They mainly discussed on rights on man, Roman Catholicism, end to slavery, monopoly of the government, and corporal punishment. Morelos succeeded at the start. However, after 4 years of independence actions, he was defeated by Agustin de Iturbide, a Creole officer. Unfortunately, in 1815, Morelos was captured and executed. Agustin de Iturbide is a Creole officer who took over the revolution's power in 1815. In 1820, Spain put liberal groups in power. Because of this movement, the Creoles in Mexico were afraid to lose their power. As a result of the fear, the Creoles united to support the Mexican independence from Spain. During 1821, with Iturbide as the leader, they were successful in gaining independence, with several other Central American states' declaration. However, Iturbide, hungry for power, declared himself as emperor. 2 years later, in the year of 1823, Iturbide was finally overthrown, and Mexico was able to gain absolute independence.
Compare and contrast. The main leaders of the Mexican independence all had different incentives to carry on. For example, Creole religious leaders such as Miguel Hidalgo wanted to break free from the control of Spain and its economic and political issues. Also, lower-class Mexicans such as Jose Maria Morelos Pavon declared independence to gain more rights of men in poverty. Lastly, Creole officers like Agustin de Iturbide only wanted independence to prevent from losing power. People such as Agustin de Iturbide had more possibility of becoming corrupt. The three main characters of Mexican independence worked in the same goal but with different reasons and incentives. The course of the Mexican independence was mostly led by the three main leaders, Hidalgo, Morelos, and Iturbide. all using their powers for the independence of Mexico. Without the forces of the Mexican independence, there would not have been the Mexican independence. Again, the people might have still lived in the unfair society, where they received no rights at all.